Well, first of all, I want to thank the Chamber for inviting us to be here to be able to have this discussion among the people we serve. For all of us in public service, we have a duty to try to make life better for the people that we serve. And in order for us to be able to do that, we really have to analyze our situation as best as we can, because we don't have the luxury of making too many bad mistakes, because the competition now is horrendous all over not only the state, but all over the world. So in order for us to reach our full potential, to be competitive, to be able to give opportunities to the people that we serve and the people that live here, then we have to create human capital. So one of the things that we're always going to be asking Austin and Washington is to invest in the people of the Rio Grande Valley, make us better through education, through training, help us also be healthy. We have 1 out of every 5 families that live here in the Rio Grande Valley have some issues with mental illness. We have, at least in Hidalgo County, 31% of our people are receiving some kind of federal or state subsidy because they're in poverty. We can't have a workforce if they can't work. So the health of our community is extremely important. So how do you tackle that onerous undertaking, because our county has had a level of poverty in excess of 20% for the last 5 decades. I didn't go to Texas A&M, but I think that's 50 years, okay? And that's a long time for us not to solve the problem that we have. So what we did is we created something that we call the Prosperity Task Force. What is a Prosperity Task Force? It is simply a partnership of counties, cities, school districts, nonprofit organizations, individuals, businesses, putting together to accomplish basically a couple of things. One, we want to identify the people that need that training, need that education. We want to give them a path so that they can earn a better wage, not receive a better wage just by giving it to them, but for them to earn a better wage. But what we're finding out is that we've done that to some extent through UTRGV, Texas A&M, South Texas College, and we have many of my South Texas College friends here. They're doing a great job in doing that. But many of them have not been rewarded by having that additional education because the jobs are not here. So we're training people, but some of them are leaving here because the jobs are not here. So in order for us to fulfill our desire and our goal to help as many people as we can, we also have to be good at economic development and creation. That's where infrastructure, that's where other things come in. But, and you all heard me say this before, Tony Robbins, who's a motivator, was on TV one day, and some girl was single, wanted to find a husband. And she said, can you give me advice how to find a good husband? And Tony said, well, absolutely. She said, all you have to do is 3 things. Close your eyes and describe what you want. She said, oh, I've done that. Good. She was getting excited. I said, what's the second thing? I said, well, okay, now that you know what you want, where would you go find who you want? I said, okay, well, I got a little work to do that. So she was waiting for number 3. The last one was, what do you have to do to attract him? Isn't that economic development? I mean, really, we can't get something if we don't know what it is. So we start by defining what it is. So why are we going after things we can't serve? If we go after a company we can't serve, we're wasting our time. So we have to define what we can serve. Now we know what we want. The next goal is, where do we find it? What message do we give them? Who goes to contact them? And then what do we have to do to attract them? The Prosperity Task Force isn't an answer to everything. It's a complement to all the EDCs and everybody else that are doing this. If you have something to sell and you have 1 salesman, okay, you're gonna get the results of 1 salesman. But what if you had 100 salesmen? So if you were selling something and you had a choice, have 1 person sell it or 100 person selling, okay, you guys, this is a test. What would you rather have, 1 or 100? Okay, so we have to think regionally, because what's good for Cameron County is good for Willacy County, Starr County, and Hidalgo County. So if we combine all our talents and our resources together as a region, our success rate is going to be much greater than before. And that's what we're trying to do with the Prosperity Task Force. is we're trying to create human capital and match it with a good job.